And now we're here with 3.8. The perfect storm is now upon us, Pom Pom.
Yeah, it's pretty hype.
Is it the perfect storm?
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got the alphabetized order, we've got voice packs.
Yeah, I literally have a cheat sheet over here of keybinds that I've set so I don't even have to type anything.
Fancy. Well, let's find out exactly where we're going to be. What should we start with? Skins?
Yeah, I'll start with skins. I think
Let's
that's
start
good.
with skins. Well, the first one to talk about is the Tier 2 skin coming at you is Red Vengeance Nemesis. It is a Tier 2 skin, and what a beautiful looking girl she
Nemesis
is.
skin.
This is like my favorite Tier 2 skin in a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because of the weapon. I am a super big fan of like the red-black motif.
Okay.
So I'm pretty hyped for this one.
Well, Pom Pom's already ready in game, so we can already transition straight in there and have a little look and a gander at that one. What a beautiful looking skin. It's Tier 2 as well. I like it. Very nice.
So we can do a little quick pan. And
what's up?
There you
Walker.
go. You can see that there's like new armor. The weapon is pretty hype. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's a recolor.
We don't have to sit there.
The weapon looks better. The sword looks way better.
There we go.
Go on
I still like the skin.
The latest addition to the SPL ticket skin next, which is Vicious Apollo. Vicious Apollo will be joining us as well.
Okay,
so maybe a sneak peek at that at one point or another. But here it is in its flesh right about now. And there's the card art for it. Another English-themed voice pack, I guess, with this one.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Pretty much. And this is going to be part of the season ticket, and we'll get onto the season ticket about how much he'll be in the season ticket momentarily as we can look at him in all his... What is he riding?
He's riding a bomb.
Oh,
He's riding a bomb.
Wait, is he riding a bomb?
Here we go.
That's fucking awesome.
Takes me back to all those days.
Yo, that's actually fucking
awesome. I love all the
awesome.
particle effect and animation
It looks
work.
awesome.
Because, like, I think his out-of-combat jump
His, like, skin looks okay, but the effects are way fucking cooler than the skin.
He's not going to do it. Maybe it is combat one. Nope. He's not going to do the fun jump.
Not going to do it. We'll show off the abilities first of all, because at the moment we've not got...
Why don't they have in-game sound?
Okay, so here's the one, the So Beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
Which, we can hear the sound.
The riff.
You got the 2. You got the 3. And then the ultimate.
The music!
That's pretty cool.
Gonna fly around the map, kill everyone! Check the mid laner, come on, let's go! Over to the solo harpies too! Yeah, I can do that all day, that'd be great.
Yeah, that could be like your second
just singing along the music.
That's actually pretty cool. What's up, Soul Man?
Perfect. Okay, what about the voice pack then? Is it ready?
Yeah.
That was awesome! The one and only. You totally just got punked. I saw your mom at my concert last night. You're just brainwashed like the rest of them. Sorry you didn't make it big, mate. Some of us are just more musically skilled. Listen, I have enough groupies.
And the laugh.
Attack left lane!
Okay, and woohoo.
And...
Woohoo, indeed.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure some people can see
the effects are awesome.
We'll get to the map in a minute,
Yeah,
guys.
we'll get to that
later.
later.
You can already recognize a few things on that. We'll talk about them shortly. Next up, though, in terms of skins this patch, this one, he does a little spinny Rooney.
There we go.
The spinner Rooney.
Oh,
awesome.
we didn't even also pan around.
Oh.
I even have that feature now.
Fancy. Lovely.
Slow-mo I actually do have. I have slow-mo.
You have a slow-mo button? Oh my gosh, you've set everything up, Pom Pom.
Yep, I have the slow-mo button set up.
Can you go back to non-slow-mo, though?
Yep, I can.
You sure?
Yep. Actually, I need to be... so if I'm here, and I'm slow-mo...
Can we hear the music in slow-mo?
And I'm not. No, you can't do that.
Oh,
you won't slow-mo that.
Oh, that'd be great.
What about Iron Fist?
Okay, so that is the next skin. Obviously, this will be part of the SPL ticket. A skin that won't be part of the SPL ticket, though, is Rift Shaker Giannis. This one's coming in, and oh my god,
what the
does he look elemental in this one. What skin is this? Is it tier 3?
Yeah, this would be, I believe, a tier 3.
Okay, so it does come with a voice pack?
Yep.
Awesome, we'll get to the voice pack in a minute, but show me what he looks like in game.
Yep, here we are.
Okay.
You can see he has all the,
not bad.
the nice
I want to see what his portal looks like.
Grass growing on him, anything like that.
It's like a more damaging Geb.
His face, he has
the portal.
He has like peering through.
It does remind me of a Geb skin.
Seaweed covering his body. Oh, is it grass? I guess it's bare both. Some moss there too. A couple of different rocks as well as his still metallic form as well.
Yep.
And the abilities?
His abilities. Ooh, pretty cool actually. Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Good colors.
See what it looks like when it hits someone.
Even if it misses, it's still going to confuse the enemy with the sparklies involved in that.
The sparklies, yo, that's awesome actually. Holy shit.
Got the ultimate.
Time to vanquish this darkness, eh?
Yep. Pretty neat stuff.
I love it. And now we've said a couple of the voice lines. Let's hear the rest of the voice pack.
I'm actually gonna play Nemesis just because of that skin.
I did well there. Breathtaking. Be warned, Mother Nature is unpredictable. Every time the earth quakes, I just tell her to stop cracking me up. When nature calls, I respond. Naturally.
Voice packs are nothing special, so I'm not really too excited about any of them.
There you go.
I don't know.
Fantastic.
Never hyped me
There's
up.
another skin for you in this latest patch as well. Not only, we do have a bundle coming this patch as well, don't we, Pom Pom?
Yeah, we have a... Actually, this is one of my favorite bundles in a long time.
I like everything apart from this, apart from its name.
I love the name!
Jokey Loki.
Yeah.
As well as his friend Last Laugh Loki. This is a bundle where I believe you purchase Jokey Loki, you get Last Laugh as well.
Yes.
However, it's only for an available time where you get both.
Yeah, so basically you buy one skin, you get the other one completely for free, but it's only for the patch that's in. After that, you will not be able to get Last Laugh ever again.
But you can still get Jokey Loki as a standard, but you won't get Last Laugh ever again.
The skins are so accurate. They better be crazy in game, or I'm just fucking disappointed.
On the left,
What up,
and the one on the
Shizza?
left is what we'll see in game to begin with. This is Jokey Loki.
Yep. So you can see it's kind of the...
He looks a little bit emo.
It's like a very, very evil jester.
He does look very, very emo. Emo jester.
I know, evil.
I mean, he's evil as well, but his smiles will probably be super
Yeah.
evil.
But pretty
And
cool stuff.
Abilities with this one as well?
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
So he's kind of a shadow.
As you'd expect for someone who's vanished.
Pretty standard.
The decoy.
Another standard.
Actually, let's do the decoy over here. As you would expect, it is him.
Yep, it is.
3 has some nice white effects for it. And then the
What?
ultimate, again, some effects for it.
It all looks the same. This is a fucking recolor, dude.
Looking fancy.
How do you call this a skin? It's a fucking recolor.
We can spawn a quick Odin. There we go. So pretty cool.
Oh.
I mean, it's a recolor.
And the other one is
You can't
pretty
just
much the same,
fucking
but
tweak
different,
one
I
little
guess,
thing on a
with
skin and
different
call it a
colours
new
as
skin.
well.
Fuck that.
Yep. So you have the Last Laugh one, which is this red one.
Okay.
We'll pan around it for a little bit just so you can see the difference.
Iris
And this
is
one the
really
limited time
slacking
where
on their
guys, if
skins
you
lately.
buy the Jokey Loki, you will get this skin thrown in free. As long as this patch is still live. When the next patch comes out, this skin will not be available
Yeah,
again.
3.9, it'll be done.
Okay.
So you can see his trails are like kind of the yellow.
Yep.
The other effects might be the same though.
Are they the same voice pack for each of them? Or are they different
I
voice
believe they're the same voice.
pack? Okay, cool. It didn't matter either way. It would just be a bonus if it was like a different voice pack. But hey, it's still great.
See, this is why we don't allow 100% cooldown, because you can get some things that break.
Ever so slightly. I like the little white that appears at the end as well. That's quite nice. Okay, and then you can listen to the voice packs then. If they're the same, let's go through them.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
No, stop that one. No.
That's actually pretty
No,
good.
I'm done. I don't like this skin anymore.
Oh, you. Hilarious! I have the last laugh.
If you cannot see me, it's because you are about
Your
to
right
die.
tower is under attack.
How did I get my powers? Just Loki, I guess.
Oh, God.
Did I tell you about the time I had Thor put on a dress? He looked absolutely fabulous!
And that
What
is
the
actually a
fuck?
real lore story.
Is it really?
Kids
Yeah.
are such monsters. Seriously, though, they are.
Attack left lane. Your middle tower
So there
is
you go,
under
and then we'll do the laugh.
It's pretty cool. Voice pack on this is better than most of the others, but the skin is very average.
As if he wasn't bad
Come on,
enough.
Hi-Rez.
We
Get
gave him a
both,
skin
not
that
one or
makes
the
that
other.
laugh too.
It's beautiful.
Thanks so much,
Awesome.
Pom. Well, next up is... What was Jabulonke? Should we do Jabulonke
Yeah, we
next?
can do Xbalanque.
Jag.var Jabulonke.
Yeah.
Following
What
the
the
very
fuck?
same theme to the Mercury on this guy looks.
Yeah, review. Thank you for the resub,
Yeah,
brother.
this is pretty cool, and you'll see
That looks
in
like
card
the
art,
Mercury
there's, like,
skin.
kind of like yellow orange. But just like Run.exe, he changes colors throughout the entire game.
Okay, that is like the fucking
Does it
Mercury
change
skin.
if it stacks up, or is it just like permanently changing?
He just permanently changing it cycling through.
That'd be kind of cool if it changes his stacks
It
up
is.
as well.
It's the Mercury skin on
That's why I don't think it's
Xbalanque.
like, no, it'd be a waste. We wouldn't see it.
And I believe, I want to say the particle effects also change with it too. So you can see it's getting like progressively darker here.
Well, does the bowlers change? I guess they
Too
do.
easy.
They've all been-
If everything changes
And
color,
then
that's
the
pretty
ultimate,
cool.
which I don't believe you'll be able to see, also, it encases you in darkness and the color around you also changes too.
Oh, the color against the enemy? Well, I think I can jump in and actually show that, I guess. If I go into my client, they can change this, bear with me.
So you can see the effect.
Why isn't it changed off
Oh,
green?
it's in green then. It was in green. I don't know if it's supposed to stay in green.
Yep.
I can't use deck. Oh, I haven't used deck. Ah!
Been
So we
green
can
the whole
quickly kinda
time.
go around and get a better look at the model because the front's also really cool. So let's do
It's
that.
still green. What the fuck?
So you can see the shield.
So every single time he changes color, his abilities change color too.
Hmm?
That's awesome.
Oh, he's changing blue now.
He is-
Okay.
That's one of my favorite skins. Right
Taking
now.
forever.
Honestly, it is.
It's really nice. I love the helmet. The
Yeah,
helmet,
the
is
helmet
like
just makes it.
super crazy cool.
The
That helmet
just
is pretty
makes it.
badass. The panther
Do you
looking
want to
helmet.
again? I just want to see the
Yep.
blue one more time. Oh, it really does. So the enemy also changes color on them as well. What it is. So you know what stance he's in? He's in blue stance.
Alright, I
He's in
like this
yellow
skin
stance.
better than the
He's in
Mercury
pink
skin.
stance. Kill him. And that is the
This changes
Jack
really
Raw
slow.
Skin, but we also
Skin
have
is
the
awesome.
voice pack with this.
Yep.
Chibalanke Jungle Boys.
Oh yeah! You're the real MVP. Radical! You and me, 1v1. I dare you. I am knee on right now.
Oh,
if
God.
I start losing, it means I'm knee off.
Wow.
Wow.
That one was
My
rough.
back is starting to hurt. I've been carrying all day. Oh yeah!
Do the all again. Purple.
Yeah, we purple now. And you can see like everything is purple.
That's awesome that they change color every single time.
First blood.
So there we go.
Awesome. That's Jaguar's Jubilanque. We also do have, as well in this patch, Raijin Mastery skins coming at you as well. Yes, the little drummer boy that was. We do have some Raijin skins coming as well, which we'll bring up in a moment for you.
Yep.
As well.
That Jubilanque
that's a
skin's
little
pretty
look
cool. I'm
first
getting
of
that
all,
right
most of
away.
the skins, which is a good situation. So
Yeah.
we have card out actually available for the Raijin Mastery skins. So if we go straight into game, I'm pretty sure Pompon can show us.
Yeah, I can show you guys.
That'd be
But
great.
before we do that, I kind of want to go back to the season ticket.
Tell me.
So that's the Vicious Apollo, which is the kind of punk rocker skin that you saw.
Yep.
But also in that, we're going to be adding 2 new chest rolls, one for the Undying chest and one for the, I'm trying to remember the other one.
So for the fans at home, it's Enigma chest roll is
Yeah.
8,000 FP. Vicious Apollo is going to be 8,500 FP, and the Undying chest roll is going to be 9,000 FP.
Yep.
Now I want to check something with you as well, Pompon. If I've already achieved that in game, do I still get these unlocks?
Yeah, so when you log in, you will get those unlocks. And the other important thing to note is that this is kind of our first update to the
Okay.
season ticket that we've had since launch. We were going to be doing them progressively throughout the year, so there's going to be more to come in the future, with the next one going to be happening after DreamHack.
After DreamHack, boys and girls.
Interesting. I wonder what they'll do after
more updates to the
DreamHack.
season
They
ticket.
better add something
once
fucking
again, to
crazy
reiterate,
for
Enigma chest
DreamHack.
roll 8,000 FP. Vicious Apollo skin is 8,500 FP, and Undying chest is 9,000 FP as
Pretty cool
well
stuff.
for you. Good situation to be in. If you've already
What up, Grim?
completed that, congratulations. When this patch launches next week, you'll unlock all 3 of those things as well.
Yep.
Well, why don't you take me to the game and show me off the Raijin Masteries quickly, the quick skins of those before we go into the rest of the patch notes.
Yep, we can do that real quick.
What's that one?
So this one would be the golden one.
That's
So
Golden
let's quickly
Raijin?
pan around so you can get a good look at it.
Oh.
It's
Wow.
in our new style, as all the new gold ones
Yeah.
are. Pretty cool stuff.
It looks
And then
weird,
we
but
can
it's
go
cool.
to the
Different.
legendary one, which should be that one.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
There
Black
we
and
go.
gold.
Pretty neat.
I'm excited for the diamond now.
Yep, let's go to the diamond. The diamond should be... Which button did I put it on? That one.
Oh, even the drums are diamond too. I like that.
Yeah.
That
It's
looks
really
cool. I
cool.
like that. With the little, with his little
Legendary is the
glossy
best,
lens
by
on it.
far.
Yep. It's all really, really cool
Fantastic.
stuff.
They're going to be available as per usual, guys, in the latest
Glad I don't play
patch as well
Raijin.
when this is released.
Fuck
Which will probably be next
Raijin.
week.
Mhm.
But that's enough for skins and voice packs. And we can start going through the rest of the patch now.
Yep, there's a lot to cover, actually.
Well, let's
Oh,
begin
lots in
right
this
at the beginning,
patch?
because we're gonna have a new
No.
avatar in the game,
Mhm.
which is going to be free, I believe.
Yes, it is
You'd see
completely
what?
free. All you need to do to get it is put in a code, which will tell you when 3.8 hits, and then it'll be available for the entirety of
And
3.8.
obviously, this code is for Allied in support of Allied in his battle with cancer.
Oh,
at
it's the Allied
Hashtag
code.
Allied Strong Avatar icon.
The
will be
Allied
available in
skin.
the next patch.
Awesome.
We'll tell you all about that once the patch is actually available. We'll give you guys a code, and you can enter it and get that skin for free.
Yeah, the code should be #AlliedStrong, and that'll happen
you
when
go.
the actual patch hits.
Fantastic. You can see that on the screen as well, the little card art for that one, the icon. So, good situation there. And then
I can't see it.
On then to the next part of the patch, which is the achievements.
I want to see his face.
I'm going to gloss over these quickly because it's a long patch this week.
Yeah.
So we'll just quickly go through and say Loki, he's going to have two new achievements. Assassinate as Loki kill 3 or more enemy gods from behind. Major Look as Loki get a killing blow on an enemy with your decoy. Oh, that's a little bit more difficult than you think. Medusa, look at me as Medusa stun 3 or more enemies gods using Petrify. Slow slippery. Wow, my word today. As Medusa, deliver the killing blow to an enemy using Lacerate. That's possible. Zeus, watch it bounce. As Zeus kill an enemy god on the 4th bounce of Chain Lightning.
Do any of you guys go for achievements? Like, is that a thing? People farm achievements?
Yep.
I don't even know what the achievements are.
Keep you around much longer on those. Not like we usually do. And then we'll move on now to the first talking point, which will be conquest map changes. Now, before we go through all the conquest map changes, I'll read out what's going to happen, and Pom can go into a bit more detail about them, about what's going to happen. So, bear with me as I read these all out.
Here we go.
First things first, we've added the speed camp back to the jungle. This buff has been placed at the current mana camp location. We've removed the short lane boar camp and moved the mana camp to the short lane boar camp location. So the mana camp is now moved to where the boars were in solo lane,
and then moved
the
back.
mana buff is
so it was all worthless.
Buff there. We've also increased the boar XP from 83 to 105, so that's over on the duo side, as well as increased the boar gold from 29 to 50 gold as well. Not only that, the fire elementals give 45 experience and 30 gold.
They buff
each
fire
on now a
elementals.
single camp and no longer spread out.
Oh my
gosh. The fire elementals no longer spawn once the fire giant has spawned, so they're going to be an early camp in the jungle at the fire giant area.
Interesting.
It will disappear once the fire giant spawns. We've also moved the back harpy camps back to their original Season 2 location. As well as that, we've changed the back harpy respawn timer from 110 seconds to 80 seconds, as well as the boar respawn timer on the duo side now has gone from 110 seconds to 180 seconds.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And finally, in the jungle, the most important change to the patch, we have reduced the sound of boars in Conquest.
There we go.
We kill a boar, and the sound goes quiet. That's the big key there.
God.
So,
speed buff's
talk to me
back.
first of all, why speed buff back, Pom?
Yeah, so there's a lot to kind of cover in that.
There is.
I think the
I'm
biggest
back,
one, and the
boys.
biggest talking point is the speed buff being brought back. So as a jungler, and kind of how Season 3 has panned out is the jungler is a kind of more mid-support role, where you're often kind of forced to do this kind of, you go to mid, you help them out, then you take back, and then go back to mid and come back. And a lot of that was because without speed buff, trying to do something like gank a left lane, ganking the long lane or the duo lane, it becomes it's riskier because you have much more time invested because it took longer to get there. It takes longer to go farm your buffs. And there also wasn't a dedicated buff just kind of for the jungler. So he kind of naturally fell into that role of this kind of mid-support. And so bringing it back makes it so that the jungler can make smarter decisions about roaming to gank lanes, roaming to farm efficiently, being able to get to kind of faraway locations.
I'm so fucking happy, dude.
Risk. Okay. And also have a dedicated buff throughout the entire game that helps them do really well early. And part of that also means that like characters like Mercury, who recently, like last patch, got a kind of indirect nerf from the Golden Bow. He's now significantly better off for the fact that speed buff exists.
Not really, you nerf Golden Bow, fuckers.
So that's kind of the major change. Looking at,
we've got blue buff as well, which came to the solo lane again, right? So that's going to like change solo lane a little bit more again.
Yeah, and so a lot of these changes also kind of affect the dynamic of, we've seen solo laners have a lot of levels, and that was often because the jungler didn't go over there and there's a board to farm. Now that it's a blue buff, the jungler's likely going to come over and help rotate it, which means more likely ganks there, which means less experience going to the solo laner, a little bit more going to the jungler. Mid laners get a little bit more of their experience back because the jungler isn't going to necessarily be there all the time. And then the support role, which is kind of often relied on supporting and roaming to get experience, will now be more often just alone with the mid laner in the middle lane. And so the support also is getting some help. So not only does this help junglers, but it also addresses a lot of the concerns around balance that we saw where solo laners were getting too farmed, guardians were having a harder time. It kind of addresses a lot of that.
I don't give a fuck what it addresses, Pom. I got my speed buff back. We're going back to, middle of last season. Let's fucking go. Will this be double jungle meta now? Let's calm down.
Yeah, we had the jungle feedback form, and we actually got an overwhelming number of responses, and it was overwhelmingly clear that people wanted the jungler role to be more defined as someone that could kind of do their own thing, be their own person, as well as have something kind of fun to do, which is the speed buff.
Well, let's see how that works out. We'll move on because obviously the jungle changes will also influence the balance changes we make as well. Next up is miscellaneous items in this patch. A few things to go over. Fix an issue where you can open the party window and it will appear broken.
excited,
and
dude.
be closable using the escape key. Cool.
Yep,
Fix the clan chat tab disappearing after a game. Awesome.
Fixed.
Consumables now appear on a tree similar to relics.
Yeah, this is actually something that was suggested to us pretty often.
What?
And we got the right time to be able to do it, so we did it.
Awesome. So they're going to be in their own little tree for you to be able to do that as
Oh,
well. Also,
I
we
understand,
fixed an issue
okay.
where GM messages would be sent out as GM global alerts.
Yeah.
For everyone who saw the Reddit thread and was actually in game for that, whose responsibility was that?
That would have been Clumsy. He was testing to see if he could bring the chat back by typing in the system, and accidentally found out a new bug, which was sending out GM messages, which was pretty fun.
So, little nerf to Clumsy there, trying to give us some input of his daily work schedule of just
What up,
spamming letters and
nightmares?
pretending he does something for a living.
Wow!
Anyway, on to items. Items. We've got a lot of changes with items this patch. Well, some changes with items, some new changes as well. And the first one we're going to start with is Bloodforge. And I'm going to read out the change first of all, and then good old Pompon's going to go through exactly why we're doing these changes. First of all, Bloodforge has basically had a bit of a remake this patch, is the best way we want to put it. Increased gold from 2,265 gold to 2,850 gold. Increased power from 40 to 75 power, as well as a new passive. The passive
Wait, what is
killing an
this?
enemy god forges a shield from their blood with health equal to 200 plus 10 per player level for 20 seconds. And while the blood shield is
20% movement speed? What the fuck?
20% movement speed. So, that's all the changes, but it's also still got lifesteal on it as well, correct?
Yes, it still has lifesteal.
What's the reason for this? What are we looking to do with this item?
So I think the big thing with Bloodforge
What?
It was poo.
It was often competing with Devo gloves, right? And if you're looking at Devo gloves, what it provided
the
was early
fuck,
sustain,
dude?
and it often promised
Yo.
better stacking in the late game. And Bloodforge
That's gonna be so much
was either
fun.
going to always outshine it or never outshine it.
That's
And
true.
it was often kind of at that point where people were just building Devo gloves and ignoring Bloodforge. And so we've kind of just taken it to be its own item because having that kind of direct comparison competing it wouldn't have benefited one or the other items in the long run. So Bloodforge now is a
has
assassin
lifesteal,
kind of focused luxury item, more physical
75
damage, but
power.
Also, it really helps assassin with the passive. And the kind of goal there
I'm about
is
to build this on
give
Thor.
assassins something to build into with a high amount of power, especially late game where they want
I'm
to dive
about to
on
build it
someone,
on
but
Thor.
often they get completely blown up.
Not
if they
even
try and
fucking
do that.
joking.
Now they can actually dive in, be that risky if they want to.
That
potentially
shield
get
is
that shield
nasty.
payoff, and then use the movement speed to continue chasing for
Oh
kills.
my
or
gosh,
actually use
yo.
the movement
About to be
speed
Thor
to
lifesteal
speed and
builds.
find an
Let's
exit strategy.
go.
And potentially we could see that on Warriors or even Hunters at some point too, but it's an expensive item at the end of the day.
It's expensive, and it often doesn't provide
It's
like
not-
some of
it's
the
only
auxiliary stats of,
2800, fuck it.
The Warriors kind of
Go.
like depend on certain items or the CDR
Same
or the
for
protections. Hunters, they kind of have to do this kind of really hard damage ramp, and so anything that kind of takes away from that could be detrimental. I could see maybe some people seeing play with this, but I think Assassin is really where this is
What
gonna shine.
assassins are mainly going to build that, though?
Gem
I'm
of
trying to think.
Isolation up next as well. Bit of a only a small change here, but it's a gold reduction. 150 gold off this item from 2,850 down to
Buff Gem of ISO.
2,700
Interesting.
gold this patch. So we'll see how that one works out as well. Just make it a little bit more cost efficient, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot for the kind of utility mages who like the fact that like Agni or Kokokin who could do that area slow.
I
it
never
was-
thought about an agony. I
Yeah,
never considered an agony.
the gas cloud actually just lasts forever.
That's true. So like 10 seconds.
And so that's kind of when Gem was in its prime, that's what it was used for. And
Gem
so
of
making it
ISO
a
is
little
gonna be
more
annoying
accessible
as
for you
fuck.
want to go that utility route.
In fact, that's going to be built
Amulet
again.
up next as well. Increased magical protection from 40 to 45. Now
Ooh,
this
the
just feels
5
like it was
protection
a
buff.
correction because like the tier
Yeah.
2 was giving you 45 already, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit weird that the tier 2 gave you 45 and you bought it, and then this one gave you 40. Even though the aura made up for that, we generally like the tier 2s to be at least equal to the stat
That's
they provide,
weird. I didn't even know
Hide
that.
of Nemean Lion. Fix
Does
the
he do
tooltip
hide?
incorrectly stating
No,
it
nerf
reflects
that
damage as
shit.
magical damage. It reflects damage as physical damage.
Yep, tooltip fix.
There we go.
Nerf
Next up,
it.
Mail
Don't
of Renewal.
fucking just
Fix an
change
issue
the
where all
tooltip.
player deployables were proccing Mail of Renewal.
Fixed.
Fixed. And then we've got some more changes once again to our healing items. Now we've seen Rod of Sleepius get a lot of love lately.
That Bloodforge would be
Rod of
really good
Healing
on
is also
Fenrir,
mentioned
actually.
this patch.
Good
Rod of
call.
Sleepius increased health from 200 to 250 and increased the aura from 20% to 25% healing.
Ooh,
However, Rod of
crazy.
Healing, its tier 2 friend, which you build into this, had the passive aura added to this now, but it starts at 10%, and then when you upgrade it to the Rod of Asclepius, it goes up.
Oh,
to
at least they added the
25%.
passive to rank
So
2.
this is a pretty big buff for the healers.
Yeah, Yeah, the big thing
That's
with
not a
Rock Sleep
pretty
is it's
bit.
kind of
No,
cool item
fuck
that's
off,
dedicated
Hindu.
to
Come
healers for any
on.
stat that you might want on that. There's better options.
That's
So
like
you're
the
really buying
most
into it
minimal
for that
change
healing
ever.
passive. And so you kind of want to make that rewarding if you're choosing to not go a damage ramp route, if you're choosing to go for this kind of more healer-oriented style. And part of the problem with building Asclepius was you had to dedicate a lot of time to not having an item that actually boosted your healing by too much.
Okay.
And so by making the tier 2 actually help you a little bit before you get to the tier 3 and making the tier 3 a little bit better, hopefully we see a lot of people kind of who want to play this kind of more supporty healing role actually be able to do it.
Rod of Healing at 1500.
I like how Hindu is trying to hype it up when secretly he knows this doesn't mean shit.
Next up as well, reduce the cost from 2250 to 2150. So
okay, 100 gold change on Runing Shield. Runing Shield's still situational.
Bring it in line with the other items in the trees. Or?
Yeah, this
They're
is.
trying to nerf Kronos, I feel like.
Read the Witchblade change.
Sure.
But we'll jump ahead and.
Well,
read
Witchblade, we won't
they did a
scroll down, but
Witchblade.
Witchblade is basically going to reduce in cost as well by 150 gold. Reason for these two items changing in gold.
So they're really
Because
interesting.
they're worthless? Well, they're not worthless. They're just not built enough.
Stop like a collie.
Oh, what the fuck? The crit.
And I like this passive.
Oh, they removed the anti-healing. What did they do?
We'll see what you guys at home think, because it could be a situational one. See, new passive, your critical hits increase your attack speed and movement speed for 20% for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a Fatalis effect, though, right?
Mercury's
No, it's not
back.
Fatalis effect.
Mercury's
That
back.
was my first words, like, may God have mercy on us all. It's like
No.
Sprint on steroids.
You're
So
fine.
it's going to be...
Mercury.
Well, why we changed it to this, then? Is it's basically going to be more
What the
useful? 'Cause
fuck?
The original item, it wasn't really picked up much.
Yeah, so when you kind of look at like when people build crit, it's often
it
because they have really
wasn't
high
good.
damage ramps or they have really hard curves that they have to kind of fall into, and that's the hunters or like the really high critting assassins. And justifying the cost of not building like a Deathbringer or Malice and
Oh
then
my
instead
gosh.
choosing to build anti-heal was often not a choice that you could reasonably make.
Boots,
And so instead, we're just
Deathbringer,
gonna kind of
Wind
take this in a different
Demon,
direction and move it more towards people who like to do a lot of crits in a
Golden
row.
Bow,
And so
Titan's
Wind
Bane?
Demon now
Oh,
kind of
you
feels
didn't even know
niche of,
lifesteal.
I
Shit.
want to crit and then continue to be more aggressive and use it.
Boots,
be for more chasing
Deathbringer,
tools.
Wind,
Or you can
Wind
use it as a
Demon,
disengage tool if you're in
Titan's
trouble, and fight
Bane,
your way out of combat.
Aussie,
You can with the mobility.
and then
We'll see how that one works out as well.
probably Golden Bow and just drop the crit. You have 40% crit with that build.
Yeah.
Any
That's the new
favorites
crit
in
build, boys.
I have.
That's the new Mercury
few,
build.
mainly because there's a character on
no,
this
what
list
are they doing,
that I
Artemis?
used to main a ton and is getting a small buff, and I'm happy, and I think community will be happy too.
What are they doing, Artemis?
I'm worried about what that
Don't
will
do it.
First of all, then,
Don't
let's
buff
begin.
Art.
It's not
Artemis,
Loki.
she's on your
Please.
screen. Artemis gets some more love again. This is more than anything else a quick little change in terms of Transgressor's Fate, her trap. Now, a lot of different skins showed the trap in
Updated the
different ways.
hidden
So what we're
trap
trying to do is
back to
unify
look
the
more
trap to
consistent
look the
across
same
all
way
Artemis
on
skins,
whatever
okay.
skin you use for the same amount of visibility or lack of visibility
So
as this
all
skin goes on.
of
So
the
once
traps
again, we should be
look
able to see from
more-
both
look
angles of
similar.
how this skin would look.
Easy enough.
I'm not.
Not that big a
Artemis, I
deal.
can't move.
You can't move.
No, so you're gonna have to
Not
switch
that
Artemis to
game
jump the
changing.
trap for me so we can see it from both angles. I don't know why it won't let me move in game, but that's fine.
So
Speed over the other side, go. I have tried the keyboard and
You've
it's not working.
you've tried the keyboard and it's
I
not
have
working.
tried the keyboard.
Let's
Oh
zoom
my
across
gosh,
the map.
holy crap.
it's working! Guys, the keyboard works!
You
Yeah,
so
kill him.
wait, you-
Kill him. Right, drop a trap.
okay?
Damage now. So instead of 5 seconds, it's now 6. 6.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. 6.
Okay, so explaining this change because it kind of seems
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
for some people it probably seems arbitrary, but it actually has kind of a quality of life component to it as well as a buff component.
You're gonna
Often
hear
you actually
more.
use these abilities together, so you
Fuck.
use the pulse and then you radiate. But because they're both 5 seconds, you activate pulse first and then a radiate.
lose a second.
There's a lot of
That
times
actually
where you
makes sense. I'm
end up
surprised it took
trying
them that
fire
long
off
to
your
change
last
that.
pulse, and then it converts over to the final radiate, and you just swipe instead. So you want to make sure that when you use them together, you're going to get the full 5 seconds of the irradiate.
Just say
portion.
you want to make it more OP. That's what you want
Plus,
to do.
when you're clearing,
Mhm.
you have an extra second of pulse, so it's probably like 1 extra, and maybe if you have really high attack speed, it's like 2 extra.
Next up on the list
stuff.
is Kukul Khan. Yes, this is the best buff I've seen
No.
on him for a while.
No, they're not
This is from
doing
my
anything.
perspective. I actually played Kukul Khan.
They're not
a lot.
doing anything.
Yeah, technically this is a pretty
This is a
decent buff.
huge buff.
There's no way.
So, Power of the Wind Duel
Yeah,
fixed
see,
an
nothing.
issue where Kukul Khan's passive would not get modified by Rod of Tahuti's passive. Are you serious? That wasn't happening?
It just wasn't happening.
So he's got a massive damage buff now when he gets Rod.
yeah, so if you're looking, it's probably about in the high end. It's
I
like
mean, if you
25
go
extra
Book
power.
of Tarth and you go Gem of Isolation.
Like 25 extra power.
Oh, it wasn't getting
25
modified at
extra
all.
power, which is
Like, it
pretty
wasn't
good,
just a
For
tooltip. It
free.
was
Well,
actually
really,
not getting
it's a
modified.
fix.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there you go.
That's
Next
weird.
up is the Scale
okay.
Weighing Girl Nemesis.
Oh, shit.
This is the one I was talking about.
What are they doing to
Nemesis?
I'm a super big fan of Nemesis.
Man, if only one of those guys that was on a team in the jungle that got kicked because he played this had this buff.
Wow.
Scales of Fate,
Fuck
increased
you,
power gain and power
Enderman.
loss from 4% to 6%, as well as Divine Judgment, increased protection
And he
stealing
just took
from
shots
instead of
at me.
scaling up to 50%. It's 50% at all ranks.
Yep.
Holy
They buffed the
moly.
ult.
So Nemesis kind of excels as a
That's-
Killing everyone now.
late game
Early
carry,
game
right?
is better.
It's late
At the
game.
moment, yeah.
She's better
you
early
sit there,
game
you
now.
get like a chain size online, you
Instead
hold
of getting
someone,
shit
and you're able
on.
to shred and chase down really, really effectively. And so we like that strength about her, and kind of keeping with the theme of buffing based off like kind of where they kind of fall. We didn't want to do something like increase her clear speed because that just makes her early game as well.
Okay.
But we did a little bit of that with the scale of fate change, but not something like extra 30 damage to an ability. Instead, we focused on making sure that
I don't know
it's
if that's
impactful
gonna
once you
make
actually survive,
like
so you wanna
Nemesis
keep good playing
amazing,
minions.
but
You
that
actually get
might
50% protections and actually will
make
survive
her
more.
get
And
on
then
low
these
on
scales
line
of fate
quicker,
change help you
which
chase a
might
little bit
make
more.
her
So this
carry
should help
potential
her,
higher. I don't know.
especially with the speed buff change coming in.
Yeah.
She will probably be in a better spot, and this should help her actually get towards that late game.
I'm
stage
more
where
excited
she
for the speed buff than anything.
And that's why some of these gods as well that we're
But
going
I'm playing
through here,
Nemesis
not
again,
touching
especially with the new
gods
Nemesis
as much
skin.
because of the jungle change.
Let's
We're
go.
able to see how that's going to influence them, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Next up then is Raijin. Now Raijin's been struggling as of late.
Yeah, so I think this will be a little bit kind of counter to what we've seen online, because we've seen a lot of people be upset that like Raijin's too strong, but we've seen internally in how we like view our stats,
Yeah.
as well as we've seen in SPL play, we've seen Raijin tried a lot and not seen much success.
That's true.
So we're doing some things to adjust him to make him feel a little bit better and make him kind of perform a little bit better, but try not to do anything that we know that the burst is a big portion where people feel like he's too bursty.
Yeah, his
So we don't
burst
wanna, like,
is
up his
super
burst. And
high.
so in that way,
I thought
we're
he was
just
gonna be
doing
better
a lot
than
of
he is,
quality
I'm not
of
gonna
life
lie.
small fixes for him.
Well, let's go through them then. Percussive Storm increased projectile speed from 100 to 115. Fixed an issue where this
That'll
ability
help a
would
little
not
bit for
stop
making
upon
sure you
being
land your shit.
silenced. Thunder Crash removed Raijin's collision during his pre-fire while invisible. Raijin will no longer be able to be stunned, silenced, etc. once he has become invisible. So when he's transferring through to the other side.
Oh, when he's
as well as
moving.
Tycho
I've stunned
dropped his
people and
ultimate,
knocked
which I
them up
think
so
is the
many
biggest
times in
change
that
here.
form.
The time in the air is increased from 3 seconds to 4.5. So that gives him a
Ooh,
bit more
buffed his
time to
ult.
aim
That's
as
good,
well as
because I could
hit
never
shots,
get,
as well as the
like when I was trying to switch
movement
around, I
has
could never
actually
get all the
been
ults
reduced. So
off.
instead of 75% movement speed decrease, it's now only a 40% decrease in
Yep.
movement speed. So he's going to be a
He's
little
gonna be
bit
kind
more
of
mobile than
fast.
that and
Ooh,
be
I
able
guess
to
not
aim
fast.
shots.
He's gonna be faster
Yeah, so
than he
his one
was
feels a little bit better.
during his ult.
His dash feels a little bit better, and then his ultimate, you can actually now take the time to be like, I actually want to wait a little bit, and then do a taunt, and then to
Yeah,
interfere
that
at different
ult
locations, so you're
change
not
is
kind
gonna
of
be
forced
the
to
nicest
panic
thing.
throughout a whole bunch of
Yeah, because you
shots.
have
It's
to,
gonna be
to fair,
huge.
normally when you fight your first one, you don't have much time to just fight
Yeah.
off the rest really quickly. Well, that should be fixed for this patch. We'll see how Raijin plays out. Next up is Raven. Going to get a little bit of love as well for his Mystic Rush. Increased radius from 12 to 15, as well as updated tooltip to correctly indicate
that's
it
not a
as
big deal.
loop instead of a dash.
Yep. Just a little bit of a buff to him so he can land that ult a little bit easier.
Yeah, it helps him out a little bit more. We'll see how much more he gets
Eh,
back. He's
that's
doing
not a big
okay,
deal.
I think, but I think that's a nice little change for him. Scotty,
Not a big
next
deal.
up. A lot of people
Nerf
still having
Scotty.
issues with
Please.
Caldeir, and so this patch we're going to hit the Rune of the Hunt. So we've decreased Caldeir's basic attack damage from 60 to 100. It now goes
Barely.
from
What
50
the
to
fuck?
90.
They only nerfed it
a little bit
10%.
less
Fuck
damage on the
me.
dog.
Yeah, she's still performing
Come
fairly
on,
well,
man.
and so we kind of looked at where the frustration factor is and where she's really strong, and the kind of damage augment that Caldi provides is a little bit too much, especially if you want to try and dive Scotty and punish her for being kind of a low escape hunter.
That's
It's hard to do that when
ridiculous.
she's pumping out so much damage, and so reducing that gives some more opportunity for some counterplay there.
Next up is Vamana as well. Now with Vamana, we've got some changes to him. Armored Umbrella, we've reduced the physical power scaling from 100% to 70%, but the Umbrella rank has actually seen an increase in physical power scaling from 40% to 50% per hit. So from what I can tell, if you're building damage version of Vamana,
Reduce
then
physical
you wanna be
scaling
maxing
by
three more 'cause obviously, yeah, with the skill
30%?
shot,
What?
you rely on the skill shot, it's more effective, right?
Yeah, and the big thing here is Armored
Oh.
Umbrella Ring is just an instant
What?
damage cone.
I'm so
it's gonna hit
confused.
100%, and that means it's just kind of frustrating.
I'm
to
so
play against.
confused.
You have no way to kind of really stop that from happening, and so we wanted to move a little bit of that away to something that you could, if you were trying to dodge or prevent damage, be a little bit more easier to avoid.
And the final god to get a balance change in this patch is Weak3n.
Yeah,
You got some love.
you got some love.
I'm
Oh
excited.
my
Okay, let's read
gosh!
through
Can I
this.
jungle
Ready?
him?
Fix an issue where Weak3n's ultimate could get stuck on the Jas map.
You motherfucker, dude. Thanks for that. Buff. I can play string
there's
and...
more. I'm just being.
Oh,
I'm being
wait,
mean.
okay.
I'm being mean. We've also seen some changes to everything else as well. Furious Roar increased duration from 1 to 3 seconds. It now is 1 to 4 seconds.
So it's an
duration.
extra tick of
However,
damage?
the decreased dot damage from 4% to 3% per second, as well as the base damage has changed from 70 to 190. It now goes 80 to 210 on that ability. Not only that, the best thing ever just happened. Hook Slam has its root back.
The base damage is a lot higher. Never mind.
It's got its
The
root,
base damage is
boys.
much.
He's
Oh, they
a
brought the root
Guardian
back.
again. He's got
Yeah.
more than 1 CC.
So he has a root
Huzzah!
and he has more base
However,
damage
we've
instead
also
of percentage
got Whirlwind
damage.
of Rage and Steel. For those at home that don't know, that's the name of the ultimate, which we all just call the washing machine or the spin to win, whichever way you prefer it. Increased casting time from 0.72 seconds to 0.125 seconds, so it takes a little bit longer. And there is a new animation for casting of this ultimate as well. So, the 1 has been nerfed, the 2 has been buffed, and the ult has technically been a nerf buff.
I would read it more as the 1 has
Why are they
been
nerfing
slightly
anything?
changed to a buff.
Okay.
The 2 is definitely a buff, and the 3 is a nerf to the skill to make it more readable.
Okay.
And so the goal of this is it's kind of a power shift. He was a soul lane character because he had really high damage on his 1. He offered a lot of control, mobility, and a lot of damage, and a lot of hard to avoid damage. He often was able to really just burn beads super easily as well. And so we kind of wanted to tone down the ultimate a little bit so that it was more easier to read and avoid.
Okay.
Make it a little bit
It's
simpler in
already
terms of how
easy
the
to
damage
avoid.
is calculated, and then bring back some of the more supporty aspects of it. So now that the 1 lasts for 4 seconds, it actually does more damage if you let it tick the full time.
Right.
At max rank, and because it lasts 4 seconds, the debuff it provides, the attack damage reduction, actually applies for an extra second.
Okay.
As well as the root coming back means that
So he's not a damage dealer. They're trying to make him a guardian. They're not. They don't want him to be like a damage dealing guardian. They want him to be a support
he now
guardian.
has more supporty kit. The support elements of his kit have been augmented.
No
and
fun
that
for me in the jungle.
was kind of we had to nerf the ultimate to actually bring
Sadly.
that power back to his 1 and to his hook slam.
Can you show us the ultimate in game? Is that possible?
Yeah,
I'm not
I can
sure if
do
we
that.
actually prepped that one that much.
No, we did not.
So he's going to have to take a second for that. But obviously, with a new animation for the casting of the ultimate, we want to definitely show you that, guys, at home.
I'm ready.
And we should be able to go in. I'm going to actually jump in as well and see if I can get hit by it, which I never get hit by these things.
So we'll cast it once real quick here. So you can see he does a much more
slower.
a much larger wind up.
I'm coming. There we are. Hi. Oh no, I've got no beads.
Yep.
Okay, do it again. Do it again. Do it. Ready? Ah, outplayed,
Yep.
son.
There you go.
Outplayed.
Are they actually playing against each other? The fuck?
Do you want a 1v1 right now? We can.
No, we've got other things to talk about.
They are actually one of
no, I think
playing each
that's
other.
Is that patch notes done?
I think that's patch notes done. We definitely have something else to talk about, but in terms of what I'm doing, I'm basically done.
Well, you can get to be a cameraman now.
Yeah, I get to be a cameraman.
Next up,
Best
guys,
cameraman.
what you've been waiting for in this latest patch is the newest god to enter the realm. Susanoo
No.
is here and on your screen right about now. And you should actually be able to see Fishman coming on screen right about now as well. Hey, Fishman!
Oh my gosh, he looks like an assassin.
We're going to get you a
He
chat.
looks like you can
This
see
is
a
a chat.
fucking assassin.
It
Holy
appears
shit.
Oh my goodness, first thing to say, Fishman, as you're putting your headset on, this guy looks absolutely badass.
I'm so excited for this guy. Probably.
He is a badass.
I feel like as a designer, I should say this about all of my gods, but he really is my favorite god that I've designed yet.
Now, you're one of our designers that are very focused on fighting.
me,
elements of the
he-
game. We've seen it with multiple of the guys like Rob and
Assassin.
things. This guy to
Please
me
be an
seems
assassin.
like just blow me out of the water with his abilities. He looks so much fun to play.
He turned out really well, and the art team did a fantastic job of bringing him to life.
So first things first, who is he and where has he come from?
So his name is Susanoo,
Susanoo.
although I suspect he's going to be called Susan.
Susan.
His actual name is Susanoo.
Susan. You
But,
just said it. You just said it.
It's what he's been called internally.
We'll call him Susie now.
Yeah, so he is Amaterasu's younger brother.
Okay.
They have the same parents. Their father, Izanagi, he goes down to the underworld, comes back, he washes himself ritually, and then the water that he washes his nose with, it becomes Susanoo. And because
What?
the nose is kind of associated
Nose
with his
water?
grubbiness and, you know,
Nose
the
water
From
boys.
his nose, or it's like
it's
water
like
on his nose?
water that he washes
Oh.
his nose with.
Ah, I was gonna say like. Ugh.
Yeah, so she's like water from his eye. It's kind of pure and like insightful, and he's got a little bit of naughtiness to him. He's kind of rowdy.
Okay.
He's a troublemaker. So he whines about his mom being in the underworld, and he gets banished. And on his way down, he gets in a fight with
Oh.
Amaterasu. That's in her lore. His lore, we focus on when he gets down to Earth. He finds this couple. They're crying. And they have to sacrifice their child to this 8-headed dragon Orochi. And he's like, not on my watch. So he's like, all the best plans
What's he do?
start with alcohol. So he gets 8 vats of sake, and he has each of that 8 dragons' heads go through a gate, start drinking. Dragon gets drunk,
Yeah.
as one will.
As it would.
And then he closes the gates and chops off 8 of the heads.
So he basically fought the serpent version of Bacchus.
He got the
Well, he
Bacchus,
defeated
what?
it with Bacchus's favorite style. So
Yeah, what the fuck?
Perfect. So
I knew it was
is
off.
Bacchus a counter to him is the first question I'm going to ask now.
I would like to think they're allies. They get along.
They both like alcohol.
Sure.
Makes sense.
They're party men.
So, design of this god.
fuck?
First of all, what are we
Show
looking
me
at?
the
Warrior,
abilities.
assassin, guardian.
He's an assassin.
I'm shocked.
And you can kind of see it in his lighter frame. You know, he wants to get in there, do some damage.
Well, we'll go into game and we'll start showing off some
It's
of the
been
abilities
forever,
that we're talking
dude.
a little bit more in detail. So first thing to talk about,
His attack
mention
animation
the
looks
passive,
awesome.
First of all, which is swift as the summer storm. Now I believe Palmer can hover over it for us as well. And it will show for each trained ability that is on cooldown, Susanoo or Susan gains bonus movement speed. Per stack, it's 4%. So when all those
Holy
abilities are down, it's
shit.
an extra 16%.
Every ability
If
down,
it's
you
ultimate,
get
it's down.
4% movement
If
speed.
the ultimate's down as well, so all 4 abilities.
Wow.
Did you see the passive icon there as well? Can you just show
That's
We'll have to see.
awesome.
Pawn might be cheating. He might not have cooldowns,
Oh,
so
there
it
you
might
go.
be harder to show.
Pun doesn't have cooldowns.
Yeah, I will actually have to turn cooldown
Each
off.
trained
but
ability
there you
has
go.
on cooldown, so you have to have the ability
But that's
picked
gonna be
up.
the
So like
passive
at the
for this one,
start,
and then we
you
go
don't
straight
get
into the first
4% movement
ability,
speed.
which
That would
for
be
me
broken as fuck.
Is awesome. I think this ability is cool. You talk to me about it first of all yourself.
So the kick of this ability is that it does more things.
Yeah.
You fire it multiple times. Each time you fire it does a different thing. We kind of started with the idea,
Holy
same
moly.
with Ares, where he gets to do multiple times if he hits. Susanoo, he starts out with a cone attack, then he does a circle sweep, and then he does a dash.
So does he have to hit them to continue it, or does it still happen?
It just happens.
Awesome.
What?
Question: how long in between each one before it?
So he's got a
resets?
front
He has
cleave
3 seconds, and you
or
can see how his
cone,
passive meter is
then he
kinda
has a
winding down.
360
yeah,
cleave,
yeah,
and then he has
that's
a
awesome.
dash.
So it actually gives you a little clue about
It's
what's
a
going
really
on.
cool looking passive meter too.
And yes, you saw a little bit of
What the fuck?
cancellation there. Was that right? He's got an auto
That's
attack
right.
chain that he can
He-
cancel.
unlike some of our abilities that have multiple stages, if you cancel out of them, the ability's off. This ability, it's not just cheats. You can do your first part, cancel out, do an auto attack, jump back in.
Yeah,
cancel
so you
out, do
don't have
another
to
auto
stay
attack,
in
and
the
then dash
ability.
out.
It's not like Nem Dash. You get to fucking use it and then
Dash is
auto
not
attack
too
and then use the next one and auto attack and use the next one.
We
As long as
originally had the
you're in
damage split
time.
between all 3, and this way he's able to do his damage on his first 2 and then really focus on getting out of the scenario he's created with his third party ability.
So
That's
just so you guys at home
crazy.
know, the
Oh
first
my
attack and second
gosh.
attack do about the same amount of damage as well as the same amount of scaling. The third attack is just a dash. Even if it penetrates through enemies, it doesn't deal damage to them, just so you guys know at home as well. So there's a little look at the first one, which is Storm
Storm Kata.
Kata, sorry. My Japanese is not very good, or Chinese
Mine's
either.
pretty good.
Yeah, show me the second ability, dude.
Well,
First
what's the
ability
next
looks
ability called? I
legit.
can say this one, I think.
Go give it a shot.
It's called Wind Siphon.
You pronounced that correctly. I'm
Thank
very
you,
proud of
Fishman.
you.
I'm so proud of you. So Susan commands the winds to blow,
Looks like
dealing
Nen shit.
damage
He pulls?
in a cone in front of him. Enemies in the center of the attack are pulled towards him.
That's right. He's got a AOE pull in this sweet spot of the cone.
So the whole idea of this is just to bring enemies towards you.
If his
or,
damage
continue.
isn't low,
Yep,
like
if
if
they're
he has
trying to get
normal
away,
damage or
just
high
nope, I'm not
damage,
done yet.
this is gonna be the
Kinda
most
like- it
fucking
kinda works out
fun
well with
assassin
your
in the
one
game.
as well, because you can dash after somebody after using your one and then pull them
That's
back
going
into
to be
you.
insane.
And
They
it's
He's
better
got a couple options
not
as far as sticking to people.
It's not very
fuck up
high damage
on
on
his
that
damage
ability, though,
numbers.
but it's more for repositioning more than anything
That's
else,
right.
And he still deals damage
That's
to the one
crazy.
from the outside.
Everyone takes equal
There's a
damage. If
pool.
you're inside, you get pulled.
Gosh, it's short range, but wow.
And then the next up will be the 3 jet stream. Susanoo throws forward a gust of air, which creates a whirlwind, dealing some damage.
That's right.
Does it work on people who walk through it? Is that?
It will. If you miss, it creates a deployable, and anybody who walks through takes damage over time as they sit in it.
Drop it again, pop on. I'll just show off that walking through it. Yeah, if you stay in, you actually take a while.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Interesting. Kind of small.
Especially if you're level 20.
Wonder what
However,
the
that's
numbers
not
are for
all
that.
this ability does, is it?
That's right. If you hit somebody, it actually sticks to them, and you
It
can
does.
either way.
Teleport to it.
You can teleport to it. If it's deployable, if it's attached to them,
You are.
wherever it is, you teleport to it.
So if I hang on a minute, we've got to test something because I'm on the perfect character for this, right? Give me a second, because I did not think.
He has a dash.
I
You know
don't
what,
think
He's
it's
a
going to work,
pool.
but let's see.
And
don't
he's a
think it's
blink.
okay. Hit me with it.
You got to go really fast.
I'm going. Dun 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 dun.
I can go underneath you.
You can.
Which is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you still get to teleport around. I was just seeing if you could follow me through the air. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Can I go through the wall?
So,
Can
if it
his
hits
3 go through the
first-
wall?
Is it the first person it hits, or does it multiple people and you can teleport to?
So it acts as a projectile. It stops on the first person it hits, but then
Okay.
wherever it lands, whether it hits or not, it's going to create that storm, and if you hit somebody with it, that storm is going to stick to that person. If you're multiple people in range, they will take damage if it's sticking to them from the AoE, but it will not.
Oh my gosh, dude! This is fucking unreal.
So you can hit them with the whirlwind, and then jump to him, beat him up with your 1, and when they try and run away, hit him with the 2 and pull them back in again.
That's right. They're not going anywhere.
Hey, I like the look of this guy already. As you can see, there's a teleport through as well. So you can clearly see if you're marked, and the best thing, the little bit of counterplay to him, I guess, is like if he misses it, you know where he's going to go.
Yep.
What are you showing us, Palm?
The cooldown.
The cooldown?
So if you hit somebody, and then if you teleport to him, your cooldown gets reduced.
So it's a really short cooldown, I guess.
Second cooldown if you blink right away.
So that you can also use it as an escape tool.
Oh my
The theme with
god!
this guy is an assassin that does not 100 to 0 you.
Can it go over walls?
I think it's
Oh,
gonna
so this
stop
guy's
on
gonna have low
collision.
damage numbers. He's gonna have really low damage
If you hit
numbers.
somebody and then went on the other side of the wall, I would expect you to.
They just said he's not supposed to 100 to 0 somebody, which means he's gonna be meant for sustained
You
fighting.
can use this. He's not going to be. This guy is not designed to 100 to 0 you.
Right. So instead, he's designed to be able to deal damage safely. Either he gets in, does some damage, and gets back out with his mobility, or he throws some poke in with his 3. But that's his whole theme is I can't 100 to 0 you, but I can do my damage safely.
I mean, does he even need an ultimate at this point? This guy looks pretty good already. Like,
I don't know.
He's exciting to play.
I think his ultimate's good. So
Is it?
yeah, it does a couple things that we
This
haven't
is
done
gonna be
before,
crazy.
which is always exciting.
Why don't you just show us first of all, Pom Pom, what it actually looks like? Go on,
Okay,
just show
let's do
us.
it.
So his ultimate is actually 2 stages.
Oh, it's huge!
Well, it starts small. It starts relatively small, and it actually grows over the course of, I think, about 2 seconds. And then it will launch either when you reactivate it or when that 2 seconds is over and it's reached maximum size.
Damage numbers,
It
that's
will go
weird.
whatever direction you're facing, so you can actually re-aim
No
it
way.
while it's growing.
That's amazing. So you can actually aim it around the corner. Wow. So you can, like Pom Pom just did that, aimed it around the corner looking all.
If you get taunted into like an
just to check
Athena,
on that,
it'll
you
fuck it all up.
On the Apollo there, it pulls you in as
What
well.
the
That's right. So
hell?
Vortex, it doesn't do damage in the first stage. It just kind of pulls you in. You can use it as a CT tool in a team fight.
I
to
wonder what the
gather
damage
people up.
numbers are.
And if you're inside it, it will hit you when it starts traveling, regardless of what part of it you are in.
And it will always knock up at the end, whether or not you
That's
fire
right.
it.
When
You
it
can
hits you, it will hit you once, and it will knock you up, and it will damage you.
And can you fire it early? What gun's that, Pom Pom? I know you want to play him, but still, come on.
Hotkeys can be brutal sometimes.
So with the ultimate as well, just to clarify another thing, when you fire it, can you fire it again straight away if you want to?
You can. You can ignore the vortex part entirely and just get the damage and the knockup out
Just
there.
go boom boom.
That's
Nice
right.
and quick. Oh, awesome. So you can also snipe people if they're trying to get away and you've not got any more chases left to follow after them.
So yeah, I can't wait to play this guy. I'm gonna be on the BTS for sure.
Then you expecting like solo lane, jungler?
Jungle, shut up.
No, I'm hoping he'll be able to do his jungle thing well. He may also, his clear is competent, so he may also be able to succeed in the solo lane. He's going to struggle against gods who can lock him down. Gods with cripples or hard CC, because he really needs mobility to do his damage safely. And so if you can make it so that he's unsafe, he's squishy, he's an assassin, so he won't last that long. But he's going to be good with our new Bloodforge? Bloodforge item.
Yeah.
That's right. The new Blood Shield is going to be perfect for his in and out style.
I can see that being useful as well. Pom Pom, can you turn off cooldowns?
Yeah.
I just want to see just.
Yeah, what's the
passive
cooldown
looks
on
like when
the?
you actually, you
On
know,
every, I want to see what the cooldown is on all his abilities. Alright, 11 or 12 seconds on his one, 18 on the
For
pull,
your passive.
12
so you know how
on
much
the
extra mobility you
3,
get. Wow, he's gonna be
and
quick.
Yeah, and I went
100
to
seconds on the ult.
I went to 423 off that.
And speed buffs back too.
It's pretty quick.
Oh my gosh.
Would have been close. Would have been
His two's on a really long cooldown.
Like,
I'm wondering what his
thank you
build's
so
gonna
much for
be.
this one, Fishman. This guy looks absolutely amazing. I'm excited
really
to see
happy.
him in game. I'm pretty sure chat is too. We can actually have a little look at the recolor card as well, I believe, which is going to be available in this patch. It's on your screens right about now as well. Can you show it as in game?
His weapon looks awesome.
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
Oh, he's not got a keybind for that one. Before we go though, guys, as well, we will answer a couple of questions in chat. That I'll try and
Alright,
get
so
Pom Pom.
this is over. Let's be real. Speed buff's back. Nemesis is buffed. New god looks fucking awesome. I can't wait to fucking play BTS. Can't wait. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the patch notes, and yeah, leave comments. Let me know what you guys think, because I think this patch is kind of crazy for jungles specifically, because once this god is available in competitive play, if he's not, like, if he's at all damage number wise good, like if his damage numbers are good, then he's gonna be fucking insane, like top pick. It's gonna be crazy. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all in the videos later on.